Hey guys, Skippy Skip here. I guess I'm starting a new series or whatever called My Life on the Internet. And I guess for the first story is one time, well, I shouldn't say one time, but this last Saturday, went over to my pastor's house with my youth group to do a youth camping trip for the guys. We're just camping out in the pastor's backyard and just gonna have a chill time. Just gonna sleep in a tent or some tents and stuff. But bring your sleeping bag and whatnot. What can go wrong? Well, you got me, and I mean, I'm bad luck when it comes to camping in a tent, for real. So, I get there early, help set up some tents, get like these two small ones set up in like 5 minutes, and then we get this one big tent that someone's dad brought. It needed like a college degree just to put it up. Really, who needs to make a tent so confusing that you need a college degree to put it up? But anyways, we figured out how to put this tent together in all its madness and everything. Right when we finished setting it up, the dude who's gonna be sleeping in the tent with his friends, his dad shows up finally. It's like, hey, what's up, guys? And they're like, where were you 10 minutes ago when we started this thing? I'm being a little bit dramatic. We did yell, but it wasn't an angry yell. But that's how we got off to a little start, a little hiccup. Anyways, while we were setting up those three tents, when the youth show up with their dad, and they bring in a tent. It was more like a duck blind tent, something like that. It's camouflage and stuff, and they get set up in less than a minute. I mean, it's almost like a boom right there. That's what it was like. And my youth pastor that I was setting up those three tents with, he was like, "What?" And anyways, so yeah. So now a bunch of people showed up. We're setting up tents and everything, we have our tent set up, and we start cooking food. We have food and everything. After we eat, food. Yep, the hamburgers with cheese on it, Doritos, Lay's chips, soda, water. We got all that stuff. I mostly had water there that night. Water tastes really good. Just saying. And anyways, the guys, all the guys started. Well, most of the guys started, kicking around a football, throwing no, they didn't throw the basketball around, but we had a couple of footballs flying around the pastor's front yard. And one guy decides to go and drop kick the football. What can go wrong? Well, there is a incredibly, probably like 4 or 5 story tall tree in the front yard. And guess what? The guy drop kicks it. Now he's a little bit shorter than I am, a few years younger than me. But that guy can kick. Okay, he kicks the ball way up into the tree, gets it stuck in there. Like way up there, where it's probably about 45 feet-ish up there. And so now we're like, aw, snap. So someone had a bright idea. One of the guys thought it'd be a good idea to go and chuck a football up there. So someone goes up, whoop, throws it up there, and it gets stuck. Again, it just got stuck, okay? So we're like, okay, any air balls? And then someone brings out a basketball. You think that they learned their lesson after the first 2 times? No. They throw the basketball up in the tree and get it stuck. I'm like, what? You didn't learn your lesson? So I go and get the youth pastor saying, hey, we got a problem, we got a situation. And while we're coming back, I noticed they got they got the basketball down, and they're throwing it at the tree again. And I'm like, hey, how'd you get that football down? And they're like, oh, we just threw a rock at it. Okay. So they're throwing the basketball around again, trying to knock the footballs out. And the youth pastor decides, I'm going to get in that tree. So, I give him a boost up in the tree because the first branch is, I don't know, like maybe 5 feet or higher up there. So, yeah, give him a boost up. He gets up in there. And I asked a really dumb question while he's trying to shake some branches to get the lower football out of the tree. I said I have a rock in my hand. He said, we got the rock, or we got the basketball out by the rock. I asked a dumb and obvious question. Hey, do you mind if I throw a rock up there to get the football out? And then my youth pastor yells down, yes, I do mind. So I was like, oh, that is a dumb question I just asked. Nuts. So, yeah, I don't throw it. I just put it on the ground. So the youth pastor's like violently shaking the tree limbs. He's like, Grah! He's yelling out loud and everything. And the ball's just not doing nothing. And then it gets wedged into the branches more. And so finally, I can't remember. I think my youth pastor got the ball unstuck after shaking it some more, and the football fell out of the tree. Meanwhile, while my youth pastor was trying to shake that ball out of the tree, they decided to go throw the basketball back up in the tree, and it got stuck again. But it came out like a minute later. What? So then, we're working on trying to get that last ball out of the tree. It's like way up there. And so they decide, let's go throw the football that we just got down and the basketball at it. And we got the football stuck again. The basketball, every time we go up there, it looked like it's stuck, but then it falls out of the tree. And I was hoping to get stuck in the tree, to be honest, just to make the story funnier. But the entire time, we kept on getting the basketball stuck and unstuck, like the lower one, stuck and unstuck in the tree all the time. And that one, the first football that got stuck up in there is still up in there and everything, and just not moving. So the youth pastor who got out of the tree a while ago comes back with one of the poles from the larger tent that we tried to set up earlier that we're having issues with. And this thing's like, a 10-foot or more long pole? Something like that. And we send up one of the shorter guys, and we send him up into the tree with the pole, and he's like trying to, poke this thing out and everything. And then I as a joke, I look up there and say, hey, look at me. Don't look down. Hey, why are you looking down? Don't look at me. Look at me. Don't look down, I said. Don't look down. Hey, quit looking at me. I did that just to make it funnier and everything. And he was looking down a couple of times. And so anyways, he finally got that football out of the tree after we spent 20 minutes trying to get it out. And I'm telling you, people these days. But that was, so after we got the football out of the tree, we're just doing our own thing. We started a fire, which was a campfire, which consisted of burning dead brush from trees, like branches that we cut, like that the pastor cut off. So, we're burning stuff. One guy was like, hey, what happens if we throw a can of the mosquito spray that we had that been spraying on ourselves into the fire? And they asked my youth pastor. My youth pastor's like, I wouldn't do nothing, really. And then I was like, well, are you sure? Because I thought, we started talking about like things combusting, pressure building up, and everything. And yeah, well, so the youth pastor was like, okay, here, give me that water bottle. Screw the crap to this empty water bottle, squirt some the spray in there, screw it back on, and then he hands the water bottle off to the youth who was asking about, it blowing up. And he's like, here you go throw it in the fire. So he goes and throws it in. You go poof, like whoa, cool, yeah. I don't know why I just said that and wasn't that interesting. Well, anyways, later at night, it's dark out and everything, and I'm like, this is the perfect time to do what the Calvary Gospel Church youth usually does after an event. If we're outside, we play capture the flag. Yeah, we do. It's fun. No, really, it's fun. All you nerds, I'm a nerd, I'm a geek, whatever. It's fun. So, I try to rally up some guys to play capture the flag while all the adults are talking. And I found everybody pretty quickly, but everybody who wanted to play, we found 9 people, including myself. And to keep the attention of all 9 people was a disaster. Once I got like 5 of the people to join, I lose their attention right away because they go talking about sports or something else or something, yada yada yada, and they're all on the opposite team. And trying to explain how we're like, all the rules and the boundaries to capture the flag was a nightmare. It was really hard for them to listen, but I eventually got the boundaries and the rules and everything explained to them, and they had, the flags, aka the balls that we're using, have to be partially visible or something. You can't cover them up. So yeah, I took the front yard of the pastor's house, and the other team took the backyard, where they had a lot more places to hide things. They actually did a halfway decent job. Okay, I'm going to give them full credit. They did a really good job at hiding their flag, but I'm not going to tell you where they hid it. Anyways, it's nighttime, and right now there is lightning off in the distance. And, there's kind of a little bit heavier breeze coming in and everything. And so I decide, we started playing the game. I try to go sneaky, and when I crossed I was the first guy to get tagged. I crossed over the line, and just chilling, just walking, trying to be subtle, and then 2 guys jump out with a flashlight, running at me, and I scream like a little girl. Yes, I do that at times. I'm Skippy Skip. I scream like a little girl at times. So they tag me, and they bring me to the jail, which is by the fire. Later, one of my teammates get me out of jail, and we're all playing. Well, it started to drip a little bit, or started to, I can't even think of the word. Starting to drizzle or whatever. A little rain's coming in, so we quit playing capture the flag. Nobody won. We showed each other where our flags were. Okay, the balls. They had a football. We had a basketball. And so and the rain starts picking up more and more. So I'm like, whatever. I'm just going to get to bed. I want to forget this rain. One of my when the people supposed to be helping out with this camping experience had already gone to bed because he never went camping before, and he had an air mattress. So yeah, he was already out. And I get into my tent, start taking off my shoes and stuff, laying down, or trying to not laying down. I'm trying to set up to lay down. And then I noticed, oh, my feet are wet. I turn around, my speaker is wet, my Bluetooth speaker, my my backpack is starting to get wet. Whoever's stuff is in the tent with me, stuff is getting wet. It's kind of soaked, and we got a puddle of water starting to build up. And I was like, okay. Hey, yeah, I'm calling my youth pastor. I'm like, hey, man, yeah. Hey, can I sleep inside tonight? Because there's a leak somewhere in my tent, and I don't know where it's at. And then my youth pastor was like, hang up. Literally. So a few moments, so I'm like packing up stuff and trying to get ready to go. The wind is starting to get more violent, and it's like, I hear stuff flapping, like, stuff like that. And then my youth pastor shows up. He's like, here, give me that stuff, give me that stuff. It's like the pillow and blanket, and that was apparently his stuff, and I didn't know that. And so I give it to him, and then I grab all my stuff, put a backpack on me, grab my speaker, grab my pillow and sleeping bag, and I try to head inside. But when I stood up, big mistake. The wind was blowing. Like we did not secure any of the tents. The only security that we had was the stuff inside the tents to weigh down the tents. So the tent decided, I'm going to blow in this guy's face. The tent was like the top of the tent was blowing in my face, like, can't. And then the same thing was going on at my feet, where the tent was like, at my feet. I'm trying to, just trying to step over this thing, and I finally break free, and I head inside, and then after I get inside, a couple of moments later, my youth pastor grabs a cooler and starts heading outside. Like, I'm going to weigh down that tent. He goes out there. A little bit later, he shows back up with the cooler and says, the tent is gone! I don't know. I don't remember if he said it that dramatically or not. And I'm like, it's gone? Like, yeah, it's gone. I went out there. It's not there anymore. And I was like, okay. So, and then later, the person who was sleeping on the air mattress came in. It's like, yeah, I heard Skippi calling, saying, like, calling you, youth pastor, saying that he has a leak and everything. I thought, I better get inside too. So some of the youth, though, ended up staying outside for a while. But later, they all did come inside when everybody was sleeping, and I just skipped a big portion of the story. So for a while, we're all just talking, and like us adults. I am 18. Us adults were all talking and everything, except for there was one guy who wasn't an adult, but he was with his dad, who was an adult. And we're all talking and everything. It's about, I don't know, 1 in the morning maybe now, and we're all like, okay, well, everybody can just go sleep downstairs, whoever's staying. One person brought an RV. And so a bunch of fathers stayed in the RV. This is a camping trip. Not a luxury camping trip, a camping trip. You don't bring an RV. Anyways, yeah, so me, the youth pastor, and one of the youth workers, we all head down to the basement, start getting some sleep and everything. We talk a little bit, and then I eventually drift off. I get awoken to some of the youth. It was actually all the youth who were not on my team. I was awoken to them shining a bright light in my face and taking a photo. Bruh! Okay. Anyways, so, they leave me alone. I go back to sleep. Then they woke me up a second time. But this time, they woke me up with, I thought it was cauliflower, but it turned out to be broccoli. And so they're like, putting some broccoli in front of my face. And they're like, hey, Skippi, wake up. And then they did again. Shine a bright light in my face and took a photo. I'm trying to get some sleep here. So, I fell asleep again. And, I woke up the next morning really late. Actually, I woke up twice. I had to go to the bathroom when the first time I woke up. And then I grabbed my stuff and I moved somewhere else because apparently all the youth who I thought was going to be staying down in their tent during the storm, they came back inside. And they decided to go sleep in the middle of where me, my youth leader, and the youth worker was sleeping. Which was like they were sleeping on the couch, a corner couch. Like one person here and then here. And then there was me blocking the entrance. And there's a big carpeted area, and that's where all the other youth was sleeping. One of the littler ones decided to go sleep in the footrest I mean, it's a large footrest for a couch, built for a couch. But he decided to sleep on it, and he actually fit on that footrest. But anyways, I grab my stuff, and I move over to a carpeted area inside the little man kitchen or whatever. And then I fall asleep. I wake back up and everything. We're all packing up and stuff, and then my youth pastor starts telling everybody, okay, like people whose fathers weren't there, okay, everybody, why don't you go and call your fathers, and this will have to. And some of the stuff was a disaster. Just saying, calling fathers and stuff. I ended up taking one youth home. Yeah, that's my story, guys. If you liked it, I'm sorry for the abrupt ending, but I have 21-minute limit here. So see y'all later, guys. This is Skippy Skip signing out, like really early in the morning. It's like almost 4. It might be 4 o'clock by now.